Objective 4 and 5, I don't even really need to teach, but it's just kind of pointing out what happens. So in objective 4, what I want you to notice is that we are going to be multiplying two binomials together that are identical. So you're going to have an x plus y and an x minus y. And what's going to happen is that you're going to end up with only your first terms and your last terms. So the inners and the outers are going to cancel each other out. But you don't have to know anything for that to happen. So for example, if I see m plus 5 times m minus 5, if I go through and I multiply, I get m times m is m squared. M times negative 5 is negative 5m. 5 times m is plus 5m. And then 5 times negative 5 is negative 25. And what happens is that your two middle terms, the ones that came from your outers and your inners multiplying together, are going to be the same but with the opposite sign. So they're going to cancel out to make 0, and you'll be left with m squared, which is your first, and minus 25, which is your last. So if you look at this one, again, you can do all the work, but as soon as I notice that these are the same binomials with opposite signs, I can do x times x is x squared, and then again, the plus 4xy minus 4xy would cancel out, so I can write minus 16y squared. So that's only if you're multiplying two binomials together with opposite signs. If you don't think that you're going to notice that, don't start trying to do that every once in a while. Instead, just do all the work. Go x times x is x squared. X times 4y is 4xy. Negative 4y times x is negative 4xy, again writing in alphabetical order. And negative 4 times negative 4 is negative 16, or negative 4 times 5 so 4 is negative 16, and y times y is y squared. And again, the middle terms go away, and you're left with x squared minus 16y squared. The reason that you kind of want to notice that is it can speed up questions. So for example, again, if you have 3 polynomials multiplying together, we're going to do these two first. So you're going to leave the 4y out square, or y squared out front. You're going to multiply y plus 7 by y minus 7. If you notice that it's a binomial with opposite signs, you can go right to y squared minus 49. So first and last, the outers and the inners cancel out, and then you're going to multiply the 4y squared through. So you end up with 4y to the 4 minus, what is 4 times 49? Quick in your head. What is it, 200, 196? Well, I'm guessing 196. 4 times 49, 196. So minus 196 y squared. All right, objective 5, again, is the same idea. You don't have to know this, but it is a kind of a good thing to know. And in fact, I'm actually not even going to teach the trick. What I'm going to teach you is that if you have an x plus y all squared, ignore this part. This is supposed to be your quick way of multiplying through. But what I want you to do is realize that when it's squared, it means that this is t plus 9 times t plus 9. No tricks, no going quick. Okay, I'm not even going to mention it. If you want to go quick, you can look at the textbook because this is probably the #1 mistake I see people make in chapter 4. When they do t plus 9 all squared, instead of multiplying t plus 9 by t plus 9, they try to just square each term in here. But that doesn't work because of this plus sign, right? You're distributing the squared on the whole bracket, which means the bracket is getting multiplied by itself. So if you do t plus 9 times t plus 9, you get t times t is t squared. You get t times 9 is 9t. 9 times t is 9t. And 9 times 9 is 81. Collecting like terms, you get t squared plus 18t plus 81. I said I wasn't going to show the trick, but if you want to know the trick, what it is that when you expand a binomial squared, you get the first term squared, and then you get 2 times these two multiplied together, and then you get the last term squared. So in other words, you get, like if I was to do this quickly, I would get t squared plus 2 times 9 times t, which is 18t, plus 9 squared, which is 81. So, you know, if you're bored and you're looking for something to do, please feel free to do that. But just rewrite these as 2m plus 5 times 2m plus 5. Usually I'm all about shortcuts, but this one I'm not. So you get 2m times 2m is 4m squared. 2m times 5 is plus 10m. Again, plus 10m. And then 5 times 5 is 25. You get 4m squared plus 20m plus 25. No tips. Or no tricks, no anything. If you do want to do the trick, again, when you're doing this one, it's first term squared So 2m times 2m would be 4m squared. And then it's 2 times these two multiplied together, so times 2m times 5, and then it's your last term squared. I should have just written that. Oh, it's too long to get an eraser. I should have just written that as you take the first term and you square it, and then it's 2 times the 2m times the 5, and then it's that last term squared. So if you want a trick for multiplying these, write that out and do it, right? You get 4m squared plus 2 times 2 times 5 is 20m plus 25. But if you think you might mess that up at all, you know, just write them out and multiply. So here we go, last one. I know we're doing this over and over again, and it's the same thing, but again, this is the number one mistake. When you see 3k minus 2n all squared, write it as 3k minus 2n times 3k minus 2n, and then multiply out. Maybe you FOIL from here. You know, you can start using some of those tricks, but if you're making mistakes, just multiply through, distribute. 3k times 3k is 9k squared. 3k times negative 2n is negative 6kn. Then we get another 6kn, and then we get plus 4n squared. Okay, and then you collect like terms, 9k squared minus 12kn plus 4n squared. Only and only when you're getting bored, okay, when you see the squared, I don't even, you know what, I don't even want to mention this because people screw this up so much that just do that, okay? If you want to learn this other way, if you're like, oh, that kind of looks cool, maybe I'll remember to do that, read it in the textbook, maybe you'll remember how to do it. Otherwise, when it says squared, just take your bracket and multiply it by itself and then distribute through, or FOIL if you want to, whatever you think is best. And the last objective of 4.4 is about multiplying functions. So when it's written as fg of x, this means f of x times g of x. So if I give you a question like f of x is equal to 3x plus 1 and g of x is equal to 2x minus 5, and I ask you to find fg at x, I'm asking you, so fg at x, I'm asking you to do f at x times g of x. So that would be the f of x expression times the g of x expression. And then you're going to multiply through. 3x times 2x is 6x squared. 3x times negative 5 is negative 15x. 1 times 2x is 2x. And 1 times negative 5 is negative 5. Collect like terms. You get 6x squared minus 13x minus 5. And then if they ask you to do fg at 2, everywhere there's an x, you're going to put in a 2. So that's 6x squared minus 13x minus 5, and just replace all the x's with 2's. So this would be 6 times 4 is 24, minus 26 minus 5. So you get minus 2 minus 5, which is minus 7. And that's it.